Strive for improvement. Time for the blueprint. Minds to elevate, thrive, and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose, industry is green. Only scratch the surface, know this call is deep. Nobody gon' outwork us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes, we're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up. Let's grow.
Guys, welcome to another episode of the Plant Movement Podcast. Man, this one is a banger. It's a banger. It's two young guys that today they have a business called Growth Pointe. But the story and just the journey of what they've had to endure and what they've learned and how they've picked up pieces to the puzzle to make a puzzle and put it all together to continue to push and push forward was just 23 years old. That the story starts with them going to a store local here in Florida in Miami called Navarro, and they saw two Calathea plants. And the young kid had $30 in his pocket, and he spent 24 of them on plants. Turned out to be the best decision he ever made because today they're shipping plants worldwide. And I cannot wait for you guys to listen to this episode. Boys, let's hit him with the fire. What's up?
Thank you so much for having us.
What's up?
I'm Daniel, and this is Joshua.
I'm Joshua.
And we're Growth Pointe LLC. Pretty much started in 2019, a year into us being in a relationship. So we started our business. We've been doing the same thing since. We love it. We haven't stopped doing it.
So talk to us. So where are you at now? What do you guys do today? What does Growth Pointe do today?
We mainly ship plants all around the U.S. to Puerto Rico, Hawaii as well. We sell online, mainly through Facebook groups. We have a website, social media, all of that good stuff. We do live sales, mainly online.
So that's good. You guys have taken advantage of these free platforms
Yes,
to create
definitely.
something that can actually benefit you guys
Absolutely.
and reach.
Yes.
And you guys see that as something that is trending and that creates the opportunities to do so.
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
It's a big opportunity for us to be able to take advantage of these platforms because that's why they're there.
Yeah.
It's for us to hop on them and take ourselves forward.
And then you guys are young. How old are you guys?
23.
20. Both of you are 23?
Yeah, both of us.
Both of you guys are 23. You're young. You're in the motherland of plants because you're local, right?
Yes.
Where are you guys at in Homestead?
Yes, Redlands.
You're in the Redlands. So being in the Redlands, you have access to pretty much anything
All
and everything.
types of nurseries, yeah.
All types of
Wholesalers, landscapers, interior plants, everything.
And you guys spend time driving around looking for stuff?
Oh, yeah. That's full days of work.
Full days of
Yes.
work. So what I see as an advantage point that you guys have that someone else might not have is you guys have the knowledge of where things are and you have access to them. So if someone was to make a request online or even while you're doing a live show, someone, I'm sure people are like, hey, do you have this?
Definitely.
It gives you something to jot down, something to reach back out to them because within 24 hours, you can have a picture sent to them or a video. Hey, Jane, I found it. All these different things, it gives you guys that access, which someone selling plants in Tennessee or selling plants even just north,
Right.
they might not be able to do it in such a fast time. And that's what I see, like, that gives you guys a different edge.
Exactly.
Yeah, the ease of being able to get the plants, the ease of being able to be so close to them, it makes it, of course, easy for us
Easy.
to be able to find more variety,
Yeah.
find fresher things. We handpick everything that we sell. So
Okay.
it's always a plant that we think has, the aesthetic. It's beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
plant that you want to have in your home. It's a
Yeah.
plant that you want to have in your collection. So that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah. So you guys mainly sell to plant enthusiasts and collectors and people that set them up for houses and stuff. Retail.
Yes.
You guys are full retail pretty much.
Definitely retail.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of our sales, like how you said, direct sales. People will come to us and they'll be like, hey, I'm looking for this, or I saw it on your website, but it's sold out. Do you have more? And in a day, we're like, we got you, we have it. And we do a lot of sales like that as well.
Okay. So you guys, so let's go back a little bit. 2019, 2020, you're in Navarro. Who was in Navarro? Which one was in Navarro?
Oh, that was all me.
That was you. So you're in Navarro, you're walking, and these two Calatheas, they threw a leaf at you, and they're like, hey, look at me.
Yeah, they were the pink kind of Calathea. They were
Okay.
beautiful, and I grabbed them both, and I must have had like $30 left in my account,
Okay.
and it totaled to like $24. I said, you know what? This is it. It's
Yeah.
now or never. This is the choice.
But you guys have been thinking about doing something like that?
We had been collecting a little bit. We were
Okay.
decorating our house mostly with plants.
Uh-huh.
And then I think a friend of his said, hey, could you ship me out some cuttings of your plants? Because I don't have them over here and I'd like to start collecting. We said, yeah, we can try. We can try. And that was the first shipment.
So the first shipment was cuttings.
Cuttings.
And this was
potatoes.
before the Calatheas or after the Calatheas?
Yes, before.
Wow. So that's good. You got to try it out the first time around with a friend. So if
Yeah.
it was a disaster, it's okay.
Exactly. I was like, this could be a good trial for us. We'll see if we're good at it, because shipping plants is a whole other thing. And, we had already been ordering plants online, like through Etsy.
Okay.
I remember I had bought like a rope, the Hoya rope, and I was like, oh, I want that plant so bad. I ordered it. And we had already been on Etsy selling something else, but it didn't work out. And we
Okay.
were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're like in this mindset of trying to start a business. That's what our main goal was. We want to have our own business. Since my mom owns a nursery, she gave us a few plants, and we started getting into plants like really heavily. Like we have our old apartment just full of plants everywhere.
Oh my
It's
God.
crazy. That day that he went into Navarro for milk, and we never go to Navarro.
Yeah.
Never. Like it was so odd. And he comes back with like 2 gorgeous Calatheas, and he was like, we can split them and we'll make a good profit. Let's try it out. And we posted them. They sold like almost instantly.
So
We're
you
like, wow.
but you divided them
Yes, we
and you
divided
replanted them. So you had to wait
Exactly.
you had to wait a few
You gotta
months.
wait like at least a week.
A week.
And then now that we sold them, and Calathea are pretty hard to ship.
They are.
They're not easy plants. A lot of people don't like Calatheas. We didn't even really like them that much, but we were like, if people are looking for them online, let's sell them. And it pretty much worked out. And then after that, we just kept doing it.
Okay. That's awesome, man. So you guys, and you were working at the time? One of you were working,
We
no?
were not. We were unemployed at the time.
Both of you unemployed.
We had just freshly quit our jobs.
In an apartment or in a house,
Efficiency.
in an efficiency, having to pay rent with $30, and that right there, you think about it, like that is something that a normal person wouldn't, do. You would be like, man, let me keep this $30 to pay
Yeah.
for something more essential.
Yeah.
But it was something deeper.
At the time, we were doing a lot of delivery services as well.
Okay.
And with lockdown and all that stuff, it just started getting so dangerous to go out and actually get that done.
Mm-hmm.
We needed another way out.
Okay.
There was no chance at failure.
Okay.
There was never a chance at failure. It was just, what's the next thing that is going to send us forward? What is the next step that we can take? Whether it's a baby step or it's a big step or it's the step, just take it. That's the thing. Take the chance.
So talk to me about the process. So you guys did that with your friend. You sent them cuttings. They received them. And then from there, what did you guys do? Did you start going straight to social media? Did you open a website? Did you jump on Etsy? Did you create a store? Did you start buying more product? You didn't have money. How did you do that? I want to know about that.
So we went straight to the Facebook groups,
Okay.
like big groups like Pampered USA, the other ones out there. And we started posting there. My mom, like I said, she has a nursery.
So you started
So-
posting her stuff.
Yes, some things from her. There were nurseries nearby her where they would sell like 3-gallon pots of the philodendron burl marks.
Okay, Brother March.
$4 a pot,
Uh-huh.
and we were able to get like at least 20 different sections from those pots.
Uh-huh.
We started selling those for
That plant's really good to divide.
yes,
Yeah.
$20. We weren't even charging people shipping
In
at first.
gallons or in 3 gallons? You
Cuttings.
divided them and you put them back into
Divided them.
threes.
They were already like beautifully rooted. We
Uh-huh.
were like, these are ready to go. Like $20, no shipping charge at all. We were just coming up. We were
Yeah,
starting.
you were trying to grab
we wanted to
attention.
give people a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And they went crazy on the groups, and that was pretty much how we
The
started
groups
making
is local or it's nationwide?
nationwide.
So these are big groups. Okay.
Yes, like 60,000 plus groups.
Members.
And
Okay.
it was just, those groups still are our biggest blessing when it comes to our business.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for the groups, things would be much harder.
Okay, so
they really
Pampers is what, a plant enthusiast group, or
Pampers USA.
or it's Pampers like the
It's,
diapers?
no,
I don't know.
Plant-
I'm learning.
Plant Purge USA.
Plant purge.
Purge USA.
Okay, not
Or-
Pampers.
No,
Okay.
Pampers USA. That's funny. When we wrap the plants, I always say that we put them in their Pampers.
In the little Pampers.
So that's funny.
Okay.
It's pretty much a plant buy-sell trade group.
Okay. Listen, for
So-
you guys, so it's called
Yes.
Plant Purge.
USA.
Plant Purge USA for you guys that are interested. Okay, that's cool.
It's an amazing group. But yeah, we were mainly just selling through there.
And then you were having to so straight from there, you had to ship whatever you posted
Yes.
that's sold.
Yes.
And you also had to collect the funds. How did you do that?
PayPal, Venmo.
Directly to your
mainly
number.
Directly.
This is not anything really set up. This is like personal stuff still.
Yes.
You're still using a personal account. And,
Yeah.
At the
Okay.
beginning, it was a lot of our personal accounts for Venmo, Cash App, maybe even Zelle.
Okay.
And we would have to message the person, hey, I saw that you were interested. Here's the price, here's the shipping price, and here's the payment methods I take, and here's how long it should take, all the information. They pay you. You say, hey, okay, cool, I'll ship maybe Monday or Tuesday, maybe throughout the week. Then we have to get to another list where we put the plants in order. Then we have to take the soil out, and that's a whole process.
But think about that. You guys are, and this is why one of my slogans is there's no excuse, no excuses. So listen to this. These guys are posting up pictures on these platforms. They don't have a business name created. They're doing it solely as enthusiasts. Okay, having to then someone that was interested in something reach out to them via Facebook Messenger, and that person doesn't know if they're real. That person doesn't know anything, and then send it to this Venmo account that's, Johnny Bravo 364, or whatever name it was, and nothing matches. And but you were fearless in the fact that you were real, and you were able to, let's say, put that energy through the message that you guys are real to convince somebody and persuade somebody to be able to give you the money before you send them the product. Like, there's a lot of things that just in that as itself show why there's no excuses and that everything is possible. A lot of people nitpick and they pick themselves. They're like, no, I don't have my business open. I don't have this open. I don't have that open. No, I can't do it. Oh my God, it's overwhelming. No, it's not. It's go out and do it. There's no excuses. I love that. Thank you.
There's never a perfect moment to start something.
Yeah.
There's never a perfect moment where everything is perfectly aligned for you to do it. The whole point is that you're out there trying to make those things aligned, trying to make it bigger, trying to make it better. And it grows with you. That's why it's Growth Point.
Yeah.
It's the one part out of the plant that grows out of. If you have a growth point, then you're good.
No, I love that.
Man.
That's where the name comes
that's
from.
where we're at.
Man, I love that, guys. You guys just gave me goosebumps. I got goosebumps, man.
Fire.
That is really good, man. I love that. I love the name has a lot of meaning, especially for what you guys are and who you guys are. So from there, you shipped out the plants. That whole process. So now you jump into the process of learning how to ship, because the first one was cuttings. You could have thrown them in a bag, 3-day mail, whatever. How did you guys learn that process, or how did you start, and how have you evolved it? Because that is a whole thing in its own.
Oh man, it has been trial and error with shipping plants. We like we said, the first plants we shipped were Calatheas, and those were tricky because we started shipping during the summer, and Florida. It's hot. Horrible.
Yeah.
It's hot.
And it sits in a box somewhere in a warehouse.
So we had to, learn with those. Thankfully, those were successful. We were like, we got a little cocky. We were like, we could ship Calathea. We could ship anything.
Yeah.
And, for a good time, we were wrapping things good. We started wrapping the roots in like damp paper towel. With the saran wrap. Now we use moss because it's just a lot better. But, when we started, we were learning. But it was successful. We didn't use polyfill yet either, so we would just wrap the plants.
So no presentation at all.
Not a lot. It was mainly just let's get these plants out.
Let's keep them alive.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's just get them home safely. Let's make the customer happy that the plant got there alive. And we did that for a while. There did come a point where it was so hot, and I think this was the second year of our business when we had our Etsy.
Okay.
And we had just a surge of plants that were arriving burnt,
Oh, wow.
Not necessarily dead, but crisp at the leaves.
Yeah.
People weren't happy, and that was very discouraging. But
what did you guys do in that? Because I want you listeners to listen, because that's a whole learning curve in itself. What did you guys do for those customers that were not happy?
Mainly replacements. We would send out replacements,
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
No shipping fee, no nothing. You guys took the hit.
Yes.
That's the best thing you could have done.
Especially with Etsy, because, even if you refuse to give the customer a replacement or refund, they can still open a case.
Oh,
and it's difficult with plants because they are perishable items. A lot of the times platforms don't really offer protection for those types of things. So, we did the best we could, and we were like, let's just replace, we can easily get those plants from our grower again and send them out next week. And, that's exactly what we did. And people were happy. Some people were still upset because they were like, oh, some customers are like, the first time I should have gotten here good.
Yeah,
it's like,
obviously. But you guys are fresh and new, and that's what it is. Yes. You know, and I'm sure your prices are according to that as well.
Yes.
Like a big name brand that does this every day long, a complete entire business, let's say how you guys are today, your prices have changed. They're not
Yes.
the same as they were.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, so you pay for what you get at the end of the day. And
Exactly.
it might not be, let's say, quality of the product, but experience too.
Yes.
So that's a whole learning curve. So now you guys package with moss and you wrap them in what, saran wrap?
Saran wrap. We add perlite in the moss to
Okay.
prevent any rot from happening. We found he actually started doing that a while ago, and I was like, we have not had a single plant rot at the roots since we started doing that.
With the moss.
With adding perlite to the
Perlite,
moss.
okay.
Perlite is
Yeah, we found that adding perlite to it keeps all the roots nice and separate, and it gives the plant a little more room to feel comfortable in the box. They shouldn't be in boxes for more than 2-3 days. They're gonna start declining. So, to make the plant as comfortable and as safe as possible is our priority when shipping.
yes.
Yeah. So there's a lot of attention to detail that goes into that. And not everything that you guys ship, you guys take off the dirt, or you do with
Yes.
everything.
Sometimes if a customer really requests the plant be shipped in the pot, if it's small enough, we'll send it out that way. But we mainly do bare root.
Okay.
You know, because the boxes we use are also very narrow.
Okay.
They're long but narrow, so sometimes we can't fit, you know, a 1 gallon pot in there. It's
Okay.
too big, or it'll be too heavy. We'd have to charge like ridiculous amount of shipping. So it's just the way we've always done it was bare root, and you know, we let people know before as well, obviously, because some people don't like that.
Because it's a different style. There's
Yeah.
all different types of styles in you guys' world.
Exactly.
Yes.
And a lot of people do ship a finished product in a pot, rooted out with soil and everything.
Yeah.
But for you guys at this point where you're at, you feel like you might get into that later as you go
Probably,
growing?
yeah, definitely.
If you see a demand for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so far, there hasn't been enough demand for that, so
Okay.
we've just stuck to that.
Okay. So now you guys, so fast forward 4 years, you guys are living off of this.
Yes.
No more day job.
Nothing.
This is the day job. There's so much to
This is
do.
our full time.
Do you feel like you're behind schedule all the time?
No.
No?
Definitely not. I mean, there are days where, you know, we just don't feel it.
Yeah.
We're not feeling motivated. We're not.
Okay.
We're like, oh, sales are going slow lately because, you know, the plant market fluctuates a lot.
it
It's
does.
not stable.
It's not.
It fluctuates
You got
a
to
lot.
learn that.
Yes. So we've kind of just learned to ride that wave, you know, save up for when the moments you have that are not going to be super great, when your plants aren't going to sell as good, you know, you're prepared for those moments. And it took us a long time to really learn the patterns of that.
What do you guys do on the downtimes?
Mainly
What do you spend
just,
your time on?
social media,
Making,
you know,
creating content?
content,
Okay.
and,
Start hunting plants down?
yeah, and we're actually musicians as well. So
Oh, that's fire.
we make music on the side. So whenever we have downtime in the business, we're like, you know what? We're gonna work on our creative projects because that's important too. You know, we
So you guys
value
make
that
music?
a lot. Yes.
Do you put it out on iTunes and Spotify?
Yes.
You do?
Spotify. Yeah.
What is the name? What is the band? Is it a band or no?
We're individual artists.
So both of
he's-
you.
Yeah.
He's Droomist on Spotify, DROOMIST.
Okay.
And I'm just my regular name, Daniel Cruz.
Daniel Cruz. You're just going all the way. You're gonna ride the Daniel Cruz.
Yes. That's my name.
What kind of music?
Pop, mainly
Pop?
pop. I just started really releasing like studio versions this year and last year. So I have like maybe 4 songs on there,
Okay.
but I'm getting the momentum going this year.
I love that, man. Dude, I love these guys, bro. And you?
And it is the plants that allow us to do this.
Yeah.
It is the fact that we started our business and we nurtured it and we loved it and we cared for it and we invested in it time after time. It's like where does all the money go? It goes right back into the business. It goes right back into ourselves. And
That's fire.
again, this isn't also the one thing that we want to do forever. There's many things to explore out there. There's many other businesses to explore. We did also want to get into real estate. We did also want to explore other parts of the plant community and the plant businesses. So yeah, it's the plants that allow us to be our best expressive selves, our most creative selves, our most out there selves, our most brilliant selves. It's because we have this business with the plants,
They've
because the
taught you a
plants
lot.
allowed it.
Yeah. No, and they've also taught you to like break barriers and just go.
Just do
And
it.
and it gives you enough to be able to, it gives you enough to be able to be stable enough to not have to go work a 9 to 5.
Yes.
And to be more free. And the number one thing is controlling your time. You guys own your time. And that's something that a lot of people are searching for, but they don't see it.
Yeah.
But time is very valuable, as we all know. And if you guys have figured out a way to live a specific way, which isn't, let's say, the most glamorous, it doesn't matter, but you have time. So you can be creative with your time. What kind of music do you do, my brother?
I'm currently mostly just creating beats. I'm
Okay.
more of a producer.
Okay.
So just working a lot of different beats.
And that's awesome.
He can rap.
That's
He
awesome.
raps.
You're a rapper?
He's being humble.
He's
He
being
raps.
humble. He's a gangster rapper. He's like Busta Rhymes.
I can try.
No, I love it, man. I love the, like, you guys are just very honest guys, and you're not scared to talk about anything. You know, I love that about you guys. I feel like people hold back a lot, just for what people might think, and who cares what anybody thinks. And the music intertwines with plants at the end of the day, because
Yes.
it can take you places, you know, mentally. It can make you feel a certain way, and that's the same way with plants.
Yeah.
I walk into a garden and I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look at a beautiful landscape. I'm like, wow. I spot something that's like out of the norm. Wow.
Nature. is
Nature.
just-
And that's how
it's
music
gorgeous.
is. Music, I'm very tied up with music too. I'm not anything with that. I do play percussion.
Oh, you did
I'm
too.
a
I do play
He's a
percussion.
drummer.
You're a drummer? But I grew up with the old school salsa music.
Yeah.
So I play bongos and congas and maracas and the huiro and
Love
the
that.
timbales. That's what I play.
I love it.
Normally at Christmas parties. With the family is how we do it. We bring it out. So back to what you guys are doing. So I want to talk more about social media, because I feel like you guys have a good grip on it. And there's a lot of people that listen that don't have social media. They'll have personal accounts following us, and they don't have a business account, but they're trying to grow their business, but they don't, and they're scared and they don't know. How do you guys feel about social media? And talk to me about how, like, when you guys first started, you guys are a younger generation, let's say, than my generation. So there's more knowledge in that, less fear. But talk to me about that. How was that, posting up your first reel, or, you know, just putting out content, like how you went about it versus how it is today, like speaking and the topics, and like how is that?
I will say, when we started posting on social media, we were very scared. It was very scary.
I
Posting,
feel like everybody is.
you know, posting a reel with your face on it, your
Mm-hmm.
voice. You have to be very vulnerable when it comes to social media, especially if you're promoting a business or a product or an idea. People want to feel related to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to just get personal and, you know, crack a joke here and there. Like, I know a lot of the times, like, it's scary to say either controversial things on social media or something very personal, or people are always going to have a comment. People
Yeah,
are always
an
going to
opinion.
judge.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it helps you.
Yeah.
People leave hate, love. It helps you because
Yeah.
they boost your engagement.
Mm-hmm.
We focus more on, like, oh, look at this plant. It's beautiful. That's the kind of content that we like doing.
Okay.
That, and also sometimes educational, like plant of the day. This are like tips and tricks for this plant.
Mm-hmm. Things
And
that'll help
then-
your client.
Exactly.
Yeah, I try to be cameraman. It's just very awkward. You have to get over the awkward. That's
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
thing. It's awkward. It's going to be awkward. Just get over it.
Yeah.
It's not simple at all. It's a trial and error, like everything else.
Yeah. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
100%.
Yes.
And I think as soon as you have that down and you stop caring and just put out, you know, genuine content, people will gravitate towards you. And those who don't weren't your people to begin with. And it works out in the end, you know. But social media has definitely helped a lot when it comes to, you know, selling plants or just getting engagement, because it's not all about selling. It's about developing relationships with your customers. That is something that we're huge on, you know. I have a lot of my customers through Facebook are friends with me on Facebook. You know, I text them if they're going through something like, you know,
You're a
something
friend.
sad in,
Yeah.
in their life. I send them words of encouragement. We'll send them a plant out of nowhere, like, hey, I heard you're going through this. Like, you know, that is what is most important to us when it comes to having a small business, especially because you're still small. You have the opportunity to do that.
Yes.
You know, like Amazon is not going to do that.
Yeah.
Walmart's not going to send a random customer a free dishwasher, you
No.
know? So I think that's very special when it comes to,
The small things
Yeah.
go really far. The details. And that right there, when it comes to creating a bond and a lifelong relationship, those are the things that really are impactful, especially at a time of need that someone's feeling down. You know, if you can, how easy is it to go spend, $7, $8 or $10 and send them a gift that'll really cheer them up? Every time they see that plant, they're going to think of you guys.
Yeah.
Along with whatever else they purchase from you. But that one plant is probably going to be the most special one,
Exactly.
Or up there in their category. And you guys made that happen by not thinking selfishly,
Exactly.
thinking more about them. And what are the platforms that you guys see the most traction on when it comes to selling plants? Or what do you put the most effort in? What platforms?
I would say mostly Facebook because
Okay.
of the groups. I'm basically posting every day
Okay.
on those groups because those are where I post the sales posts on.
Okay.
That, and I would say a close second is Instagram, but
Okay.
Instagram is more, for the content,
Okay.
for the engagement, and, for following up with other small businesses, but I would say Facebook is the biggest, platform that we're on right now.
Do you guys use TikTok?
We do, but we just haven't really grown a lot on TikTok so far, but we're working on it.
You guys post the same videos on all the platforms?
Yes.
So that's at least easier there. You're
Yeah.
not making different content for each platform.
Yeah.
So you work hard, you make one video, and you post it on
Yeah.
everything.
You save it, you repost it to TikTok, or the other way around. You post it to TikTok, you save it, post it to Instagram. And TikTok is great for engagement actually, but we just have focused more on Instagram because we have more of a following there. But we're definitely going to look into growing more on TikTok this year to do live sales there. That's something we're very interested
We
in.
have there's a buddy of ours that comes over here that he does online sales and he uses TikTok, and he gets sales every day through TikTok.
Yes.
I guess whenever he goes live.
Yeah.
How are the lives? Explain to me about that. How are the lives? How do you guys do it?
lives-
Because I've seen so many different type of lives.
Yes. Well, the lives are awesome. People love lives, honestly. I think going live is one of the best ways to sell plants. We've gone live on the Facebook groups. We've gone live on
Instagram, I believe.
Instagram, maybe like once. We want to go live on Instagram more. We've gone
You
live
can't
on...
go live on all of them at the same time. You gotta buy more phones.
We could, but from
Probably.
different devices, yeah.
You'd probably need to hire like a whole team for that.
Yeah, you think?
Like somebody to like monitor
Someone to
this
watch
account.
the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. But
Have one of your buddies come over.
exactly.
Hey, dude, you wanna have dinner? You wanna eat
Bro.
something? Come, help us.
I'll
Read
make
the
you dinner,
comments.
just for real.
We used to do live sales with my brother as well. He's also online selling plants.
Okay,
And we used to do joint live sales and get his buyers and our buyers in one
just
big
sell
group. and
whatever
just
you guys
sell.
had.
Kind of collaborate,
That's
People
cool.
would come back
That's
like, "Oh my
cool,
God,
man.
I love your energy. I love how you do it. It's so chill."
And how do you
we
guys do
loved
it? So I haven't seen any of your lives. So you go live and what? You have plants set up in the background.
We do mostly live auctions.
Okay.
So like we'll have a table with all the plants available. We'll bring the plant up. Okay, this is philodendron.
Whatever it is.
And a cute thing that we actually do is we name our plants.
Oh, you give
So
them
instead
little
of giving
nicknames?
them like letter A or philodendron number 1, number 23, we give them like a name like Celia.
Celia.
Or this is
Here we got Celia. Here she's a Monstera, variegated Monstera.
variegated monstera Celia. Who wants to? And that things like that make customers feel excited to
Of
buy.
course, man.
I've gotten people saying, "I literally just bought this plant because it has my daughter's name."
That's cool, man.
So I think that's super awesome.
And it's not something that you did as a sales tactic. It's
No,
something that
it
you
was
did
just
genuinely out of you.
Pure, let's make this more fun, because I was getting tired of all the repetitive numbers on the tags.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work that way. His brain
Okay.
doesn't work that way.
Okay.
We're very creative people. We're like,
Uh-huh.
let's Amelia,
Amelia.
Juan,
Yeah.
even like celebrity names. It's just funny. And
Oh,
so
but that's something. Look, that's something new that I haven't
yeah,
heard.
yeah. People always say, "Oh, I really like that you named the plants." And we would just show the plant on the camera. We say the name and the starting bid, and people would just basically bid in
Bid.
the comments. And
They can pay right
Yeah.
there on those platforms.
I usually message everybody right
After.
after. Yeah, I do everything because sometimes people will either forget to message you or they think they want another plant, but somebody else won it. So I like to just make sure that everything's in order. I message everyone with all the information.
That's a lot of prep work.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So to go live, you gotta have the plant set up. You gotta know what you're selling. You gotta have all your names picked out.
Yes.
And then you have to go live and be live and read the comments, see who won, see who bid.
Yeah.
You gotta write down all that information because it doesn't save it.
Yeah.
It'll save the video for you, but it won't save who commented.
Exactly.
And so there's a lot that goes on. You got to be jotting down their name
Yes.
to, send them a DM after, let them know if they lost, let them know if they won.
Yeah, it's a lot of just
And
handwriting
the money,
stuff.
the money, then the shipping. And there's a lot.
shipping,
Just going live, it could be,
addresses,
that could take like 5-6 hours.
and it's nerve-wracking too because you get the jitters before it's people
You go
watching
live.
you.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot to mentally prepare for as
Yeah.
well. I'm like stressing the day before the live. I'm like, I'm so anxious. I'm so nervous. Oh my god! Like,
You
what
gotta
if I
just go,
mess
man.
up?
You just gotta
But,
go. Even if you mess
yeah.
up, you're not gonna mess up.
Once you're there, though, it's awesome.
If
People
you're being
talk to
yourself.
you. Exactly.
Yeah.
People are super nice. No one's ever just. I have anxiety, so sometimes I'm like, what if somebody just pops up and is like, "You suck."
Who cares,
But
man?
like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no one's gonna
like
do that. If
Yeah.
someone has that much time on their hands to
Yeah.
go on a live with two guys selling plants and say you suck, like that person sucks. I'm
They
sorry.
must be a fan.
Straight up, man.
Yeah.
So you guys are selling there. You don't use any other platforms. We have a podcast that's the one before this one, and we interviewed a big boy that he has a big garden center up in Chicago. He's got 3 garden centers, and they're taking their investment based off of the lack of attention that Amazon and Etsy and all these other platforms give to plant enthusiast shipping, and they started their own like platform to go up against Amazon and Etsy. It's called Ship My Plants.
Oh.
So it's dedicated. It's basically exactly like an Amazon. You make your own store. You make everything. It's a 10% cost to whoever posts. Anybody can post, and then but it's new, so there's not a huge audience. But they're really putting the work in to grow it because we saw them. They're from Chicago, and we saw them here in Fort Lauderdale at the landscape show that the FNGLA puts on. So like they're putting in work. That costs. They had a whole team here. They had like 6 people. That was TPA. My bad.
Oh.
They had 6 people. They had a booth. They had all their equipment. They had everything. That could be $15,000.
Yeah.
For one show, and then there's plant shows all over the United States. So they're really putting in the funds to really try to grow it. So that's something that you guys can
Yeah,
jump on, and even if you
definitely
don't make
look
a
into
sale
that.
today, you can at
Yeah.
least have your products there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
There's
been
another
really,
channel.
really blessed with trying out a lot of new platforms when it comes to selling plants.
Mm-hmm.
We got invited to sit on the Whatnot platform as well, and Plant Story platform, and we
Plant
found
Story.
yes, Plant
Okay.
Story, and we found them to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like we still get sales coming in from Plant Story with stuff that we had posted a while ago. So
Mm-hmm.
we're always happy to try new things to expand our horizons, to expand the things that we're doing, and to keep growing. That's our thing, to keep
Yeah.
growing.
That's awesome, man. And then when you're not doing plants, you're making music. I love it.
I feel like we are very different in the sense that we like to get personal with customers, and when it comes to even down to the plant, we like to, a big thing that we always say is we always handpick every single plant. Every single plant that we post on our platforms, those are plants that we go and we take the time, we make sure that plant is healthy, we make sure it's gorgeous.
Bug free.
Yeah. I've had customers come up and be like, hey, I'm very OCD. I need a plant that has the leaves facing this way, this way, this way. We'll do it. We're
Oh,
like, I
wow.
got you.
For
Like,
real?
yes,
To that
has
extent.
definitely happened. Yeah.
To that extent.
But it's awesome because to us, it's not a day of work when we're out in the nurseries.
You're having fun, man.
We're there. We develop relationships with the nursery owners, the growers, everybody. It's a really good time just going, picking out plants. I mean, it's our therapy.
Yeah. No, the plant community is different than any other community.
Yeah.
And you guys hit a whole different community. Because the guys you go buy plants from, they're not intertwined, let's say, with you guys and what you do. It's a
Yeah.
different world. The green industry is huge.
Yeah.
I talk on podcasts and I say there's thousands of different ways to get involved in the green industry. And there literally is.
Yeah,
There's
there
thousands
really
of
is.
different positions and jobs and opportunities and ways to sell plants and what type of plants to sell.
Exactly.
There's guys that do 30-foot trees. I know a guy that he'll take when I was talking to him, the last time I was talking to him, because I haven't talked to him in a while, he was shipping big, massive, they were like 80-foot tall by 40 feet wide trees to Dubai.
Wow.
So just think about that. Like that's a niche within a niche within a niche.
Yeah.
And this guy is the guy that people call to do that.
That's amazing.
And then there's guys like you that find little plants and put them online.
Exactly.
And that go bear root, you know. And then there's people that do them in a pot. They'll send, you know, palm trees to New York, or olive trees, or whatever it may be. Like, there's just so many opportunities in this industry, and it's a hidden gem.
Yes.
This is not what you see on social media, the real estate and the finance and the this and the that. Like, that's for the masses. What we have here is so special that no one knows about. And it can give you the opportunity to do anything you want and buy your time. Because look at you boys.
Exactly.
You know,
I
you guys
always
are able to
tell
do anything you
people,
want.
Like, people get surprised sometimes when they see how much opportunity there really is in the plant industry. We tell people we sell plants. Sometimes they like take it the wrong way and think, oh, we sell like something on the
Marijuana
side.
plants.
Yeah. Oh, what kind
That's
of
what
plants
everyone
do you sell?
says. Everyone says the same thing to me.
And people get surprised at, you know, firstly of the prices of some of these plants, because it
They're
ranges
ridiculous.
crazy. Like the range is just, you could specialize in very common, very cheap plants. You could specialize in super exclusive, like 3 people have this plant in the world type of plants. It's just amazing what you can do. And, you know, not just selling the plants, but you can grow them. You can be a broker, which is, I guess, is technically what we would say we kind of do. We kind of broker, you know?
You guys broker, but a broker has a list. It is a form of brokering, but it's different. Brokers normally get a list and then they got to go hunt it all down. So I'm sure you guys do forms of that because people have requests. But there's literally everything. And then you have positions like a guy that he's a grower. Then you have the guy that's the foreman. Or you have a guy that is, that he's good at planting.
Yes.
There's another guy that's good at tree trimming. And then you get into landscaping. There's 7 million things you can do in landscaping. The green industry for me is just a hidden gem of like abundance. And there's no excuse to not go in this industry. I feel like everywhere I look, there's opportunities. At least I see them.
Yeah, that's very true.
You guys walk through a nursery like, wow, look at this, look at this, look at this. I know it's gonna sell.
Yeah.
Like, look how beautiful. Yeah, that's what people want. Talking about that, how did you guys come up with what to sell? What's popular? What do you feel that you maybe are, you know what, guys, I'm going to invest in 5 of these plants that I've never sold before and I never see them sold online, but I think they're cool. How do you guys go about making a list to prepare to go live or to make a post or to do anything like that?
We go a lot by what's already selling in our like main catalog, but we also go by what's trending. You know, if our growers has something new, like a new hybrid that maybe not a lot of people have, we love to hop on those because I think that's a great opportunity to be the first ones to have a certain plant, you know. And mainly by what people are asking for. On the group that we sell, a lot of times people go and they'll post plants that they're looking for. There'll be like a giant post and there'll be like 50 people with different plants that they're in search of. We'll be like, well, we can find some of these like in this nursery. But a lot of the times we just go not really knowing what we're looking for. We just see and we're like, this is definitely going to sell. This is awesome. Let's give this a try. This is new. So it's really mostly planning, but you know, we still go spontaneously.
At this point, you're more confident. You like, you know what's going on. You have the wisdom in that aspect.
Yeah, it's also very like I feel it. I see the plant and I see it. I know that it's gonna sell. You know, it's a very spiritual thing as well. You see the plant and you feel it. This plant is gonna take me further. This plant is gonna resonate with people. This plant, I know that someone's gonna want it because it's so beautiful. If I can see it so beautiful, someone else is gonna be able to appreciate it for how beautiful it is. So I guess it's trusting yourself. Trust yourself to make those good decisions.
Trusting yourself. I love that. I love that. Yeah, that is a big part of it. Because if not, it ain't gonna work. So on our questionnaire, we asked you, what do you see for the future of the green industry and the youth? What do you guys see for the green industry and the youth?
I see the industry picking up a lot. I know you said it's a hidden gem, and it still is. But I feel like a lot of people are starting to really wake to not just plants and how great they are, because, I mean, nature is amazing. But the industry part of it, the business part of it, a lot of people are starting to get more comfortable, you know, selling as a hobby. And then eventually it could turn into a business. People just connect very deeply when it comes to plants, you know. And I feel like for the younger generation, that's an amazing thing, especially, you know, with the world and everything going on and, you know, the climate and everything. I think now is the best time to get into this, to nurture nature right now, because if not, we have nothing else. So I feel like that's something that will continue to progress. I don't think it's something that's going to die down at all.
Well, I love that. What would you guys say to the person that is thinking about jumping into something like what you guys do and is overwhelmed with what they feel they need to do with the process to have the image, and then funds? Do you need money to start what you guys are doing?
I know a lot of people will say yes, but I'm a strong believer. We're very strong believers that if there's a will, there's a way. And you can start from almost nothing. I mean, we're a great example of that. And I know there's plenty of other people that have the same story. I hear it all the time. People saying, we had $2 to our name, or we were homeless, or, and it can happen. I think you just need, to trust in yourself, in the universe, in God, and whatever you believe in, just put your full trust in it and stay consistent, because consistency is key. Like, sometimes you're going to post something and it's not going to do great, or you're going to, promote something, it's not going to do great. You have to just keep showing up, because if you don't, then you'll never know if you will ever be successful, So I think consistency is really important when it comes to that.
Consistency is key. Take a chance, take a leap, trust yourself.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much it. Have you guys gotten to the point that now you have relationships with nurseries that like they're starting that hybrid of whatever, that new plant, that they'll now give you a plant to try to post and try to move?
I mean, I know they'll sell it to us, but it's not like something that's exclusive to us. They'll just have it
they'll
out
sell
for
to
sale.
anybody.
But they will let us
But
know.
they'll help you.
Yeah, they do let us know, like, hey, we have this that's new, by the way, just in case you wanted to try it out. So that's something we're super grateful for, that we have that relationship with the people that we purchase our stock from, because without them we would be nowhere.
Yeah, you need them to come through on the
course.
quality.
Yeah, of course.
And the varieties.
And you
That's
guys
awesome.
also grow stuff too.
We like to propagate a lot of what we buy, but we don't have the space to really grow on a bigger,
Larger scale.
Mostly we just buy, resell, but we do like to keep a lot of what we buy and propagate, and for the next year, or sometimes we like going to plant swaps. So we'll propagate stuff and go and be with the community and trade plants. That's something we love doing.
Talk to me about that, because I've never been to a plant swap.
There's one this Saturday,
Yeah?
actually, at Perfect Choice Nursery.
Oh,
up in
right.
Fort
Up
Lauderdale.
in Fort Lauderdale. That
They're
place is beautiful.
amazing. They're awesome. But the plant swaps are amazing. They have food. There's people there from everywhere, and people just go trade plants. It's just a good time. They have raffles for free plants.
It's just a bunch of plant people.
Just a bunch of plant people. And the thing I love about the plant community is there's all types of ages.
Yeah.
There's like even mothers with like little kids looking to trade plants. It's so cute. And like, everyone's just there having a good time, and mainly there to, trade their plants. So it's super awesome.
The last trade thing that I went to was when I used to have Pokemon cards when I was a kid. That was a long time ago.
You trade plants for services.
Yeah, now I trade plants for money. It's what we do down here today. But man, you guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on, because it takes guts to do it. And man, you guys' story is really impactful. I learned a lot today. And I want you guys to know that you guys are making an impact, whether you see it or not. All the little details and all the things that you have opportunities to see and actually go out and do. And just making a living from it, to buy your time and to do what you want, to be free in the United States. You guys are a perfect example of that. There's no excuses, that everything is possible. And I want to give you guys that, because I feel like you guys are going to continue to do what you're doing and tweak it and make it better and integrate more things. And who knows where the future will lead you guys. But the good thing is you guys have each other to lean on, and the sky's the limit, guys. Surround yourself with people that inspire you.
Yes,
that
definitely.
Forget about brackets and money and all that. People that inspire you, I feel like, is one great time spending thing to do.
Definitely.
Because you can learn a lot just from being around somebody. And just keep going, man. I love it. Just stay on it. If I see any plants that I see that are funky, or we find some cool little hidden spot like we always do.
Renee's house.
Yeah. One of our guys here, he's a collector. and his house is
Insane.
wild. It's like literally wild. He's got pieces there that they've offered him $5,000 for, and he's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I just
get
want to
that.
keep it. And there's
When
a
you
guy
know,
that
you
could
know.
use the $5,000. You know, like if you think about it, it's like, Renee, come on, man, you can put tires on your car, dude. You know, like yeah, he's out with ball tires. Yeah, no. I'll keep my plan. I'll figure it out. I'll buy a tire later. You know, but it's just dope. It's cool, man. The variety of just everyone out here is cool, and I've been able to interview all different types of people in this industry, and we all are connected. We're all special human beings, and we all have just something different about us all that makes us unique.
Yeah.
You know, like you guys are unique. We're unique. Everything's different.
The plants are unique.
The plants are
Yeah.
unique. But thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Where can people find you on social media?
We're Growth Pointe LLC on Instagram. There is an E after the point.
Yes,
I know
it's
Growth
point-
Point is not spelled with an E.
Yeah,
at
it's
the end,
like
but
point with an E.
Yeah, point with an E.
Point there.
TikTok as well. And if you want to catch me on Facebook and do like direct sales, I'm Daniel Jonathan Cruz. You can usually find me on Plant Purge USA.
Okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So that's where you guys are at. All right, guys, you already know. If you are a grower and you have funky, cool things, reach out to these boys. Let them know you have it so they can help you move the product and also offer something fresh and new to their audience. And let's keep going, guys. That's what we do here at the Plant Movement. Educate, grow, and continue moving forward. So as always, thank you guys for tuning in to the end of the episode. Thank you guys for jumping on.
Thank you.
And tune into the next episode because you already know we're going to continue bringing the fire. God bless you guys. Stay safe.
Time for the blueprint. Mind to elevate, thrive, and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose. Industry is green, only scratch the surface. No, this call is deep. Nobody gon' outwork us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes, we're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up. Let's grow.